Abraham, if the husband cannot be blessed with a son or a daughter, they can have sons or daughters through their slaves also. That was their custom. I do it now, but those were the days. And then Abraham's wife Sarah proposed, "Why don't you go with your servant maid and then conceive a son?" So that's how the story begins. So, but imagine, two ladies cannot go together anywhere, right? So now Sarah gives hard time to Hagar, and now Hagar runs away. So I want to present you four kinds of look. Maybe a sight, four kinds of sight or four kinds of look. Let us make simple, four kinds of looks. In our life's journey, we can see God's revelations and God's miracles happening in our life. Let's read verse 7 from chapter 16. Genesis chapter 16, verse 7. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Shur. Verse 8. And he said, Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going? The first look I want to talk to you this morning is from this verse. Where have you come from and where are you going? This is a very important question. Questions are really important in a human's life. Questions can turn our lives. Questions can transform our lives. Questions are very, very important. Sometimes we need to sit in isolation and we need to question ourselves. What's happening in our life? Introspection, retrospection is very much needed. So the question comes directly to Hagar. Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going? This is a question which reminds us of our origin and also our destination. Our beginning and our ending is in this question. If at all you were to answer this question, how will you answer it? Where do you come from? Where are your roots and what are your roots? And where are you going? How is your journey going ahead? The question of our origin and the question of our destination, which defines us very clearly the very purpose of our lives on this earth. That's very important. Did you discover the purpose of your life? Why are you still alive on this earth? Did you discover that? So that's very important, my dear friends. You need to discover the purposes of God in your life. You need to understand God's will in your life. You know why? Even before you are formed in your mother's womb, God made a blueprint for you. Even before the foundations of the earth were laid, God had a blueprint for you how to live upon this earth. But did you really discover why are you still alive upon this earth? So the question comes to Hagar. Hagar, where do you come from? What are your roots? What are your origins? And where are you going? So the first look I want to present you this afternoon is look back. Most of the times people say, in Bible, forget what is behind and run ahead. That's important. I understand. But often we need to go back. We need to sit, evaluate our lives. We need to look back what happened so far. So this is called retreat. Looking back is called, what I call it as retreat. Retreat is a military word. When soldiers are fighting in a battle, all of a sudden the commander may tell them retreat, which means stop the battle, go back, sit, relax, and evaluate yourself. Try to analyze a new strategy, and now with new recharge, refreshed, come back and fight the battle again. That's what we call retreat. The process of retreat is very much important. It's important to you and to me. Nowadays we are in lockdown. Most people, they lived in quarantine. So this is a real time to understand who we are. You need to discover who you are. In 3rd century, the Greeks came with a new slogan called Gnothe Sabaton, which means, Gnothe Sabaton means discover yourself. We always live in fantasy. Sometimes we live in an imaginary world. But my dear friends, this morning God is reminding us, where do you come from and where are you going? You need to look back what's happening. So the first look is look back, which I call it as retreat. Many years back, I read this in Google News while I was in America many years back. The great man of God, Billy Graham, he made an astounding speech on his 95th birthday. And I was really fascinated to read this news by this great man of God. On his 95th birthday, he gave a very powerful speech, short but very powerful. He first talked about his shootings. He said, "My children gifted me, and for the second time, I may wear it in my coffin. But when I die, I don't want the world to remember my suit or my coat. I want the world to remember this important statement." And then he said like this: "I know who I am, and I know where I am going. I know who I am, and I know where I am going." After 95 years of my journey, I can say that. After telling this, he said a funny story about a great physicist called Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, one time he was traveling from Princeton in a train. Then the train conductor came to check the tickets. So the train conductor asked Albert Einstein, "Where is your ticket?" When Albert Einstein was searching for his ticket, he could not find that. Then the train conductor recognized this great physicist, Albert Einstein, and with respect, he said to Albert Einstein, "Sir, I know who you are. I know you. You did not show me the ticket. So please be seated." Having said with respect, the train conductor moved ahead. And then when he looked back, again Albert Einstein was searching his pockets, searching the air, and searching beneath the seat. Then again the train conductor came back and told Albert Einstein, "Sir, I said, I know who you are. You did not show me the ticket. Don't get panic, please be seated." Then Albert Einstein looked into his eyes and said, "Gentlemen, you know who I am, but I don't know where I am going. I have this memory loss. I'm a forgetful man. Until unless I see the station printed on the ticket, I won't be reminded where to get on." So now Billy Graham said, after telling this piece of story, Billy Graham said, "That great man, global intellect, he forgot his destiny that day. But even after 95 years of my journey, I can tell you, I know who I am, and I know where I am going." The first look is look back. My dear friends, how is your journey? Do you know your destination? Are you traveling on the proper track? God questioned Hagar, "Hagar, where do you come from and where are you going?" That's the first look. Then the rest of the story goes like that. 9th verse. The angel of the Lord told her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her." The angel added, "I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count." The angel of the Lord also said to her, "You are now pregnant, and you will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him, and he will live in hostility towards all his brothers." God blessed Hagar. God said, "Congratulations, Hagar. You're going to be a mother, and now you are pregnant." But with that blessing, God gave a twist. A twisted blessing. What was that twist? In verse 12 we read, "Your son will be a wild donkey." Many people, many fathers and many mothers use this word donkey. My father sometimes used to tell to my brother, in Telugu it's very sweetly gadida, sometimes atta gadida, gada in Hindi, donkey. People who are mischievous, we use this word donkey. But God said, "You're not a ordinary donkey. Your son will not be an ordinary donkey. He will be a wild donkey." Imagine that. Who are these Ishmaelites? Who are these Ishmaelites? They are none other than brothers of other mother. We are the descendants of Abraham, Sarah, and Isaac of that lineage, but still, they are also the children of